Unleash your inner champion, the 5 habits that forge success. Hey everyone, Tamim Sorkar here, and I'm fired up to be with you today. Are you ready to uncover the secrets, the actual actionable strategies that separate the good from the truly great? We all have dreams, don't we? Big, audacious goals that set our souls on fire. But let me ask you something, what's the bridge between that burning desire and the reality of achieving it? It's not luck, it's not chance, it's habit. The daily rituals, the consistent actions, the mindset shifts that successful people ingrain into their very being. Today we're not just talking about success, we're talking about transformation. We're diving deep into 5 cornerstone habits that, I promise you, if you implement them, will radically change the trajectory of your life. These aren't just theories. These are proven pathways carved out by those who have reached the pinnacle of their fields. Think about it. What if you could install the operating system of the world's most successful individuals directly into your own life? That's the power we're unlocking today. So I want you to lean in, grab a notebook, and get ready to absorb every single word. Because this isn't just another video, this is a call to action, a blueprint for building the life you've always envisioned. We're going to break down these habits, understand their power, and most importantly, explore how you can start integrating them starting right now. Get ready to step into your power, because your journey to extraordinary success begins today. Let's do this. The North Star: Mastering Consistent Goal Setting and Planning. Alright, let's dive into the very first pillar, the bedrock of all achievement: consistent goal setting and planning. Now I know what some of you might be thinking: goals? Yeah, I've set goals before, but I'm not talking about some vague New Year's resolution that fades by February. I'm talking about crystal clear, laser-focused targets that pull you forward, that ignite a fire in your belly every single morning. Successful people understand that if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there, and usually that road leads to mediocrity, not mastery. They define their destination with absolute precision. They don't just say, I want to be successful. What does that even mean? It's too ambiguous. They say, I will increase my business revenue by 30% in the next 12 months. Or I will complete a marathon by October. Or I will learn a new language to a conversational level within 6 months. See the difference? These goals are measurable, they're specific, they have a deadline. This clarity is crucial because it gives your brain a target to lock onto. It transforms a wish into a tangible objective, something you can actively work towards, something you can track and measure. But here's where the real magic happens. They don't just set the goal and hope for the best. No, they break it down, they reverse engineer their success. If the goal is a mountain peak, they map out every single step of the ascent. What are the daily actions? What are the weekly milestones? What are the monthly checkpoints? This process of deconstruction makes even the most audacious goals feel achievable. It transforms overwhelming ambition into a series of manageable tasks, building a pathway from where you are to where you want to be. This planning phase isn't a one-time event, it's a dynamic living process. Successful individuals are constantly reviewing their plans. They're looking at what's working, what's not, and they're not afraid to adjust their sails. Life throws curveballs, challenges arise, new information comes to light. Rigidity is the enemy of progress. The ability to adapt, to pivot while keeping your eyes on the ultimate prize, is a hallmark of those who consistently win. They treat their plan as a roadmap, but they know sometimes detours are necessary to reach the destination. Think of it like a GPS for your life. You input your destination, your clear, measurable goal. The GPS then calculates the route, your actionable steps. Along the way, if there's traffic or a roadblock, a good GPS reroutes you. That's what consistent review and adjustment do for your goals. It keeps you on the most efficient path, even when unforeseen obstacles appear. This proactive approach ensures you're always moving forward, always making progress, no matter what. And let me tell you, there's an incredible power in this process. Every small step you take, every milestone you hit, builds momentum. Mastering the clock: the art of time management and prioritization. Next up, let's talk about the one resource we all have in equal measure, yet so few truly master: time. Successful people understand that time is their most precious asset. It's finite, it's irreplaceable, and how you invest it determines the quality of your life and the magnitude of your achievements. They don't just let time slip through their fingers, they seize it, they command it, they make it serve their highest priorities. This is the essence of effective time management and prioritization. Think about it, everyone gets 24 hours in a day. The billionaire, the artist, the athlete, you, me, we all get the same allotment. So what makes the difference? It's not about having more time, it's about making more of your time. It's about ruthless prioritization. Successful individuals are masters at distinguishing between what's urgent and what's truly important. They know that much of what screams for our attention is often a distraction from what truly moves the needle. Many of them use powerful tools and frameworks to guide their decisions. You might have heard of the Eisenhower matrix, for example, which helps you categorize tasks into 4 quadrants: urgent, important, not urgent, important, urgent, not important, and not urgent, not important. Guess where the high achievers spend most of their time? That's right, on the important tasks, particularly those that are not urgent yet. These are the activities that drive long-term growth, innovation, and strategic advantage. They focus on prevention rather than constantly fighting fires. They use calendars not just as a place to record appointments, but as a strategic tool to block out time for their most critical activities: the deep work, the strategic thinking, the relationship building. Their to-do lists aren't endless scrolls of wishful thinking, they are curated lists of high-impact actions aligned with their goals. They understand the power of focus and the inefficiency of multitasking when it comes to complex, important work. They schedule their priorities, rather than prioritizing their schedule. This ability to say no is a critical component of effective time management. Successful people understand that every time you say yes to something, you're implicitly saying no to something else. They are fiercely protective of their time and energy because they know these are the raw materials for building their dreams. They delegate tasks that don't align with their core strengths or highest priorities, freeing themselves up to focus on where they can make the biggest impact. This isn't about being selfish, it's about being strategic. Consider the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, which suggests that roughly 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Successful people are constantly asking themselves, what are the 20% activities that will yield 80% of my desired outcomes? They identify these high-leverage activities and then dedicate focused, uninterrupted blocks of time to them. This is how they achieve extraordinary productivity and results without necessarily working more hours than everyone else. They work smarter, not just harder. This isn't about becoming a robot, rigidly adhering to a schedule without any room for spontaneity or rest. In fact, successful people often schedule in downtime, recovery, and activities that rejuvenate them, because they understand that peak performance requires peak energy. It's about being intentional with your time, making conscious choices about how you spend it, rather than being a victim of circumstance or the demands of others. It's about designing your days to support your deepest values and your biggest goals. Chapter 3. The Growth Imperative, Embracing Lifelong Learning as a Superpower. Let's move on to a habit that is the lifeblood of sustained success and relevance in an ever-changing world: lifelong learning. The most successful people I know, the true titans of industry, art, and innovation, share an insatiable curiosity and an unwavering commitment to continuous growth. They understand that the moment you stop learning, you start stagnating. In today's rapidly evolving landscape, standing still is actually moving backward. They don't see learning as a phase of life like formal schooling, they see it as a way of life. This isn't just about acquiring more information, it's about expanding your understanding, honing your skills, and adapting to new challenges and opportunities. Whether it's through devouring books, listening to insightful podcasts, seeking out mentors who have walked the path before them, or engaging in formal education and courses, they are always seeking to know more, to do more, to be more. They are hungry for knowledge, not for its own sake, but for the power it gives them to create, to innovate, and to contribute at a higher level. Think about the pace of change in technology, in business, in society. What worked 5 years ago might be obsolete today. Lifelong learners embrace this change, they don't fear it. They see it as an opportunity to learn something new, to develop a new skill, to find a new way of solving problems. This adaptive mindset is crucial. It allows them to stay relevant, to anticipate trends, and to pivot effectively when necessary. They are not defined by what they already know, but by their capacity to learn what they don't. This commitment to learning often extends beyond their specific field or industry. They cultivate a broad range of interests because they understand that innovation often comes from connecting disparate ideas. They read history, philosophy, psychology, science. They explore art and culture. This intellectual curiosity fuels their creativity and provides them with a richer, more nuanced perspective on the world. It makes them more interesting, more adaptable, and ultimately more effective leaders and problem solvers. Mentorship plays a huge role here. Successful individuals actively seek out people who know more than they do, who have achieved what they aspire to achieve. They are humble enough to ask questions, to listen intently, and to learn from the experiences, both successes and failures, of others. They understand that a mentor can shave years off their learning curve, helping them avoid common pitfalls and accelerate their progress. This isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of wisdom. And it's not just about formal learning structures, they learn from their own experiences too. Chapter 4. The Unseen Force, Forging Unshakable Discipline and Consistency. Now let's talk about a habit that often separates the dreamers from the doers, the wishful thinkers from the high achievers: discipline and consistency. You can have the best goals, the most brilliant plans, and access to all the knowledge in the world. But without the discipline to execute consistently, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, those dreams will remain just that: dreams. Successful people understand that motivation is fleeting, but discipline is a superpower. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your accomplishments. It's about showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're discouraged, when the initial excitement has worn off. It's about doing the small, seemingly insignificant things, the foundational tasks, with unwavering consistency over long periods. It's not about grand, heroic gestures done once in a while, it's about the relentless accumulation of positive daily actions. This is where the real transformation happens. Think about an athlete training for the Olympics. Do you think they only train when they feel motivated? Absolutely not. They train when it's cold, when it's dark, when their muscles ache, when their mind is telling them to quit. It's their discipline, their commitment to the process that gets them to the podium. It's the same in business, in art, in any field of endeavor. Success is often the sum total of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Consistency is the key that unlocks the power of compounding. Just like small, regular deposits into a savings account grow into a substantial sum over time, small, consistent actions in pursuit of your goals accumulate to create massive results. One healthy meal won't make you fit, but 1,000 healthy meals will. One sales call might not close a deal, but 100 consistent, well-prepared calls will build a thriving business. It's the steady drip of water that eventually wears away the stone. Many people wait for motivation to strike before they take action, but here's a secret successful people know. Action often precedes motivation. When you discipline yourself to take that first step, even when you don't feel like it, you often find that motivation follows. Completing a task, no matter how small, creates a sense of accomplishment and momentum, which then fuels your desire to do more. Discipline creates its own motivation. This isn't about being perfect. Everyone has off days. Everyone stumbles. The difference is that disciplined individuals don't let a bad day turn into a bad week or a bad month. They get back on track quickly. They have systems and routines in place that help them stay consistent even when their willpower is low. Chapter 5. The Human Element, Building Powerful Networks and Authentic Relationships. Finally, let's explore a habit that is often underestimated but is profoundly impactful: networking and relationship building. Successful people understand that life and business are team sports. No one achieves significant success in isolation. They actively cultivate and nurture a strong network of meaningful personal and professional relationships. They know that opportunities, insights, support, and collaborations often flow through the connections they build with other people. Now, when I say networking, I'm not talking about superficially collecting business cards at events or having thousands of connections on social media that lack any real depth. I'm talking about building genuine, authentic relationships based on mutual respect, trust, and a desire to add value to others. It's about quality over quantity. It's about investing time and energy in getting to know people, understanding their needs and aspirations, and finding ways to support them. One of the key characteristics of great networkers is that they are fantastic listeners. They listen more than they speak. When they meet someone, they are genuinely curious about that person. They ask thoughtful questions and pay attention to the answers. They seek to understand before seeking to be understood. This ability to make others feel heard and valued is a cornerstone of building strong, lasting connections. People are naturally drawn to those who show a genuine interest in them. Furthermore, successful individuals approach networking with a mindset of contribution, not just extraction. They ask, how can I help this person, or what value can I bring to this relationship? Long before they ever think about what they can get in return, they understand the principle of reciprocity, that by genuinely helping others succeed, they create a positive ripple effect that often comes back to them in unexpected and powerful ways. They give without an immediate expectation of receiving. This doesn't mean being a doormat or letting others take advantage of you. It means operating from a place of generosity and a belief in abundance. They know that there's enough success to go around and that lifting others up doesn't diminish their own light. In fact, it often makes it shine brighter. This supportive approach builds immense goodwill and loyalty, creating a network of allies who are eager to help when the time comes. Building these relationships takes time and consistent effort. It's not a one-off activity. It involves regular check-ins, offering support during challenging times, celebrating successes, and simply staying connected. It's about nurturing the seeds of connection so they can grow into strong, fruitful relationships. Think of it like tending a garden. You can't just plant seeds and expect them to flourish without ongoing care and attention. Chapter 6. Your time is now. Step into your greatness. So there you have it. 5 incredibly powerful habits that are consistently found in the lives of the world's most successful people. Consistent goal setting and planning, mastering time management, embracing lifelong learning, forging unshakable discipline, and building authentic relationships. These aren't just abstract concepts, they are actionable strategies that you can begin implementing in your own life starting today to create profound and lasting change. Remember, success isn't an accident, it's a choice, and it's built on the foundation of empowering habits. The journey to achieving your biggest dreams begins with a single step, with the decision to cultivate these practices until they become second nature. It won't always be easy, but I promise you, it will be worth it. The power to transform your life, to achieve extraordinary things, and to make a meaningful impact resides within you right now. These habits are simply the keys to unlocking that immense potential. Choose one to focus on this week, commit to it, and feel the shift. Want tips on how to start implementing any of these? Let me know in the comments below. I read everyone, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. It helps a lot with the algorithm. And subscribe if you haven't already for more videos like this every week. Also, share this with someone who needs a little push toward greatness today. Thank you for investing your time with me. Now go out there and make it happen.